going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Beto's Kicks. So today we are taking a look at the Air Jordan 2 off-white in the black colorway. We're going to be doing a real versus fake. Time to get down to the educational block. Here to inform and educate you guys to know what you're looking for if you are buying these out in the secondary market. In no way, shape, or form am I promoting the replica. We are just literally doing a comparison to help inform you, to let you know what's out there when you are buying these in the secondary market. This is a informational video only, man. That's all I can do for you guys, right? Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get down to business. Y'all, before we get to the video, you guys know this portion, legit check your knowledge. Let's see if you really know your stuff, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you one sneaker first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you the next one. And I want you guys to comment down below here on this live, or if you're watching the replay, which one do you think is the fake pair? All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see if you guys know what you guys are doing. Let's go. Alright guys, how do you think you guys did? Keep it a $1.50. Did you think the left one was a real, or the second one was a real? Or did you think the first one was a fake, or did you think the second one was a fake? You guys ready? Drum roll please. Alright, and the fake pair was the first one. If you guys guessed it correct, you guys already know what's going on, man. The second pair is a legit pair. So let's go ahead and get into the sneakers now. Let's go ahead and get into the information. We'll start with the box and then we'll get to the kicks. Again, big shout outs to the homie I Collect for providing the replica for us to review. His information will be down below in the description. Make sure you give him a follow. Also follow him on Instagram. Go ahead and get into this information. The boxes, the top is actually the replica. It's in a 10.5. The retail is the one at the below. It's on 12. I hit on the sneakers app on this one. And again, shout outs to I Collect for sending the replica for us to review. This is the front of the box. As you can see, it's a little bit shorter here on this side. Let's go ahead and turn it. Also, to the colors on the lids are different. It's like a white color. The retail is like a cream color on the box lid. Here's the back portion of the box. As you can see the difference in the size. Also to the placement, of course, of the Nike branding. This is closer to the edge on the retail. The replica sits further that way. Here is the bottom of the replica box. As you can see, there's no such branding or anything around it. Here is the retail box. As you can see, there is some type of branding here. Nike Air with the swoosh and everything, all the information right down here. The top of the lid on the replica. Here's the top of the lid on the authentic. Here is the box with the label on the authentic, size 12. Let's get a little close up. Font, everything looks nice. And actually, when you hit the back of it with the black light, bam, as you can see right there, when you hit that with the black light, you're able to see the whole code. And actually right on this side, there is a number with letters right along this side. This is the authentic one again. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rep. Here's the replica front of the box with the size label. Let's get up close. Here's the size label, as you guys can see. Take a look at the label. Now let's go ahead and hit it with the black light. There it is with the black light. As you can see, the RFID is in there, but it is very crooked, and there's actually no numbers or letters along here. Right now, the tissue paper, these actually come wrapped in this type of plastic here. The left is the authentic, the right is the replica. They pretty much almost look exactly the same. The reds are a little bit different, not by much, as you can see. Of course, the bag on the replica is a lot more smaller than the bag on the authentic. And it does have a little bit of a tint to it on the replica, a little bit more of a bluish tint, as you can see. And the authentic is a little bit more foggy. It's not as translucent as the authentic, as a fake, I'm sorry. Take a look at the tissue papers that's actually wrapped in the shoe. This is the replica here. There is a Jumpman visible there, and also of course on the authentic there is a Jumpman. On the camera it's probably not as much as visible as the replica is, right? There are different types of plastic. The authentic is more foggy, if you will, right? And replica is a little bit more translucent compared to the authentic. Inside of the box, this is the authentic. You can see that light smoke gray thick line on the back there of the lid. Take a look at the inside of the box. Now this is the replica. Take a look at that. You could actually see the streak lines in the cardboard. Also too, no smoke gray line there on the back. Take a look at things that stand out right off the rip. This is the retail. The text font here on the authentic is a lot more cleaner, more defined. On the replica, as you can see, it's just kind of like faded out, washed out. Looks like almost like a pencil. Whereas this was like a nice, high quality, like marker or pen, Also, as you can see, the off-white tags here. We'll get a little bit closer in just a second. They are totally a different color. The replica is a lot more translucent, right? And totally different shades of orange or yellow, if you will. And of course, the replica comes with the wrong laces. The authentic comes with the blue laces, as you can see right there. Also, too, the bottom sole color grays are a little different. And the blue piping here and along the back is of two different blues, as you can see. Intermediate side where it says off-white and you get that text there. Now this particular part, just like on the outer side, also a lot more detailed and well defined on the authentic versus the replica. See, it's just very kind of like not very texture. Also too, due to that, the text is not cracked. It looks a lot more cleaner, I'll be honest. This is the authentic. Due to that super textured print there, the paint actually looks like it's cracked, as you can see along there. Next, we're going to take a look at the back. This is the authentic. This is the replica. As you can see, two different types of blue. The replica actually sits a little bit wider. The bottom portion of it. The authentic sits a little bit tighter. Blues are a tad bit different. The replica blues are a little bit darker, as opposed to the authentic. They're a little bit lighter blue. The gray is just a little hint off. When you hit the bottom soles with the black light, there is a like a water pen mark on the replica, and that's right there. Pretty sure you guys are checking it out. You can see that there is glue, a lot of glue exposure here. I'm gonna be honest. I'm always honest in my reviews. Right now we're looking at the tongues with the wings logo. This is the authentic, the fake one here. The blues are pretty much the same, a tad bit different on the rep, as you can see. Also too, this feels more like plastic. This actually feels more rubbery, so it's a lot more softer on the authentic. Also too, the leather is a lot more softer on the authentic, on the whole shoe, versus the leather on the replica. It seems a lot more plasticky. Definitely a lot more lower end leather, as you can see. Right here is the back of the tongues. This is actually the replica here, and this is the authentic. As you could definitely see, the difference in the blacks on the inner lining that they use is different. Authentic is a lot more darker. The replica is a lot more lighter in the blacks. They're also supposedly the same tags. VW1 is the factory. Of course, production dates is different. They were supposedly both manufactured in Indonesia. We definitely know this is made in China, of course, the replica. Right now to the shoe trees, I guess you can call these. This is the authentic. They're nice and tight and thick, and the other one is the replica. As you can see, it's just, yeah, it's not even close. Authentic, of course, is a size 12, and the replica is a size 10 and a half. You can see they kind of look almost the same. The screen print is like a different type of material. They're almost the same type of whites. The replica over here seems a little bit like a darker. Let's flip it over on the back side. You can see a big difference in the color. This is the authentic, this is the replica. As you can see, the authentic is a nice white. The replica is like a creamy yellow color. You can see the replica has this type of box tint. It has the wrong back molding, and the authentic here which you could barely see. You could barely see it says AJ 11 MS 12, which is the men's size 12. You can see totally different. But not just that, hold on, wait a minute, let's hit it with the black light. As you can see, the authentic back of the insole does not reflect, and the replica really reflects. I mean, you could just see it just dancing there. Again, the authentic does not reflect, and the replica definitely reflects. All right, this is the authentic. When I took out the insole, as you can see, the stitching along the foot bedding there is a black thick stitching. There is red letters and stuff that run across it. Now when you hit it with the black light, you're actually able to see it says Air Jordan 2 Retro SP Low right along there. There's definitely a lot of glue access all over the place here on this shoe here. And let's take a look at the red. My apologies, the authentic stitching is a light gray, and the replica stitching is a black stitching, as you can see along there. Now the letters and stuff are not visible when you hit it with the black light. You could faintly see some type of letters there, but that's about it. There's no type of red lines or anything running along the shoe. As you can see, that's pretty much all you see there. There's nothing else that runs along there. Go ahead and take a look at the midsole. The bottom, of course, is the authentic. The top is a replica. As you can see the difference there. The exposed midsole here is totally different. The authentic is a lot more defined, a lot more exposed, versus the replica. As you can see, it's kind of different where it's placed and stuff like that. On the other shoe, it's a little bit more closer, but it does have a lot more exposure like this here, and on this one, which is the left shoe, you don't see as much exposure. Also, to another thing, when you do hit this shoe with the black light, as you can see, the authentic, there is no type of pen marks or anything like that. And when you hit it on the replica, bam, baby, you can see it right there. You can see all the UV pen marks. Now let's take a closer look at that. You can definitely see them all right there. All those guidelines, totally visible. The run along the top there, right above the signature, along the sides here too also, and along the back there. And we actually have some back there too also, and along the top there also too also, if you could see. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lace bags. This is the replica. Of course, you get the black laces and the blue laces, which these are supposed to be attached, how they come from the manufacturer. These ones here are a little bit more brighter than the retail ones, so these are the wrong shade over here. All right, these are the authentic. As you can see, they come with the proper lacings. They come with the peach red color laces and the black laces. Also too, the plastics are a little bit different. The replica are a lot more clearer. These are a little bit more like kind of foggy and a lot more better quality material. The reds on the piping here on top are a lot more lighter on the authentic, and on the replica they're a lot more darker. All right, shoelace text placement. This is again the replica. As you can see, there is a big difference in the gap there to the end of the laces. Let's take a look at the authentic. There's not much of a gap. They're pretty much close to the edge. Also too, when you run your fingers across the shoelace in quotations, it's a lot more, you really can't feel it. It's not defined on the authentic versus on the replica. You could definitely feel like the rubberized material that they have. In here, you can see it's a lot more nice, tight. Thinner here, it's a lot more bigger on the replica. As you can see, I mean, it's a big difference right there versus this here. Also too, when you do hit it with the black light again, you see a whole bunch of different guidelines all along the replica right there, right? None on the authentic, of course. And also again on the tag, it is reflective. On the replica there, it is not reflective at all. The tag, as you can see here, reflective, non-reflective. One more thing before we close out the segment, the exposure on the foam here. This is the authentic. As you can see, it's a little bit more of a charcoal gray, and on the replica here, it's a little bit more of a lighter gray. Guys, thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for making it this far in the video. I'm sorry my videos get very long. I know, I like to get really into detail. I want to make sure you guys know everything to what to look for. Again, this is for educational purposes. I really am informing you guys. Again, big shout outs to the homie I Collect for coming through on this replica pair so I could do the review. And hopefully you guys learned a lot, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Please share the video, man. Let's get this information out there to make sure you guys or your homies do not get caught when you are buying these in the secondary market across any platform, whether it be StockX, GOAT, or even eBay. And I will see you guys in the next educational video. Peace.